Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to show you the progression on this rose umbrella. So the first bit was just showing you my sketchbook. This is the initial part and here is just where I was working. Not all bad. This is more of the rose work, and here I've put some of the leaves in. So in this video I'm just going to show you step by step each part of it as I go through, and just tell you a little bit about why I decided that this was something that I wanted to do. So for me this has been a healing journey. I have had to do it as a way of helping myself get through a really tough time, which was my dad passing away. So my dad had cancer, and I spent a lot of time with him, and then was with him when he passed. And so as part of healing from this, I decided that painting more of these parasols and integrating personal designs into them was a good way of being able to cope when I have a lot of responsibility. And so this is one of the main reasons why I decided to go in this avenue. So this one has a swirling design in the middle. It's more of a symmetrical design rather than the stained glass window features, which I put in a lot of my other ones. And here I'm just working on adding a little bit more detail. This umbrella is particularly light on detail, and it's just a little bit more open, a bit more airy. Unfortunately doesn't provide a great amount of UV protection, but it's more for pleasure than practical purposes when it comes to using your parasol in the sun. Some of them are thickly painted, but I always recommend that you wear sunscreen whenever you're using them. They are not UV protectant, just pleasurable. They do provide some protection, but none that I would recommend abstaining from sunscreen for. So this one is a combination of greens and pinks and reds, and I also used a metallic copper for the main design through the center. It's been a really interesting journey actually, working on these umbrellas and finding inspiration. Sometimes if the inspiration, or I see something that doesn't have a personal connection to me, I try to work it into an umbrella or into a parasol, and it just doesn't keep my interest. It feels tedious, and it feels like I've got to get it done, and I start feeling like it's just not enjoyable at all. But when I do have a really deep, close connection to it, like my dad loved roses, then I find it really enjoyable to be able to meditate while I paint them and think about and work through my issues. So inspiration comes when it's sort of meaningful for me, but it is definitely a job when there's no connection to the patterns or the flowers, and I've only just learnt that by doing it. There's really no other way you can understand it or kind of work through it without actually doing it. So usually this is often what I do, is just work on one pattern at a time, and this is what this umbrella ends up looking like in the sun from underneath, and this is on a cloudy day. So thanks for joining me. See you next time.